Hello everyone, welcome back to Age Nagash channel dedicated to Age Sigma. And in this video it's going to be a hobby and chat. Essentially, I wanted to be a little bit of a channel update really, as I haven't done a video for probably about a week or so now with the Gloom Spy Gits, which I am slowly getting through, and they will be done at some point. However, like I said, I just wanted to do a bit of a catch up. And that's because my local Games Workshop today had its birthday, its anniversary, so there's a few events on. So we had things like a Monster Mash for Age Sigma, and we had like a Monster Mash for 40k as well, which was quite funny because I took my monster for the Age Sigma Monster Mash. Didn't win, but had an absolute ball. It was fantastic. And then I took my monster into 40k because my monster was a demon, so I could do that. Took it into 40k and I got shot by a Lehman Russ, I think, and died very quickly. And then that's why I don't play 40k. Anyway, so that is what happened today. I also did a few purchases. I see we've got some comments coming on here. I'm going to try and set up the iPad, so that means that I can see the comments without having to press loads of buttons. So we've got Grimlock, so Steve saying hi, and we've got Dex saying hi, so hi to you guys as well. What are you guys working on tonight? You got any hobby going on? All those sorts of things, please let me know down below. And I'm trying to work out how this camera works. So essentially, what did I get today? So today, as it was an event, I managed to get some nice War Scroll cards. So, well, I say War Scroll cards, like some nice sort of artwork. So we've got things like about the Soul Wars, and that sort of stuff, some Stormcast images, I'm afraid, and Mortal Throne, and that got that at the end of the day, and I managed to get a few more of them basically from the Manage the Games Workshop, and I'm going to plan on doing a few giveaways with those small little art cards for you guys. I think it'd be quite nice. I think I've got something like 13 sets or something I can give away. So it'd be quite a nice thing to do a little raffle, be nice, so that's all good. Managed to get a couple of t-shirts as well from this, so it's all quite good fun. And they also had a thing on in store where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get extra freebies, and it went all the way up to spending £400, you get special things, but I spent £100, and that means I'm going to get a War Scroll card holder, like a little book to put your War Scroll cards in, quite nice, and a free bag, something like that. But anyway, so what did I spend up to £100 to get all of this? So I thought I would get the Soul Wars Age Sigma expansion pack, which is Forbidden Power, and I'm going to be unboxing that here. And one of the reasons why you can't see my face in this video is because I think, because like I said, I'm filming this on just like my iPhone, the camera quality is going to be better if my face isn't in that, and you know, it probably is generally the case anyway, but what I mean is that the camera likes to focus on people's faces and stuff, so if it's not in there, it should be able to focus on what we've got in this box. So let us see. I think Steve's sounds good. So Steve, building terrain from foam boards. What a skilled craftsman we have there. That is far more of interest than I would do myself, Steve. But good on you for giving it a go. I'm just going to try and get the iPad so I can see what you guys are saying in the chat, so I don't have to quick and pressing the buttons. It would be nice. But yeah, so I thought I'd get the Forbidden Power just because mainly they call it an Age Sigma expansion pack. If you guys play Age of Sigma quite a lot, you probably realise if it's an expansion pack, it means you don't have to get it, but your games are going to be incredibly enhanced if you do get it, in the sense of there's going to be rules in there you're going to want to get, like Malign Sorcery. You don't have to, but if you want to stand a chance, especially in a tournament or something, you need Malign Sorcery. So I think this is very much the same sort of situation. So that's all good, and let's go have a look at this. So what I got this. I also ordered a birthday limited event thing, which is called the Art of a Death. So an art that comes out all about death. So that'll be nice. So Steve's saying on a side note, do you recommend a good range unit for an unaligned Slaves to Darkness army? I would say unaligned Slaves to Darkness army, Marauder Horsemen. Bit of a dark horse, you know, pardon the pun. They are pretty good. They're not amazing shooters, but in volume they can be pretty good. Marauder Horsemen, very fast. If you were to get them, don't build them as the melee version. I know you wouldn't do that because you just asked me for a range unit. However, God, that plastic's not good. Good plastic crack right there. However, I think their javelins, their movability gives them loads of range. Unaligned Slaves of Darkness army. You could also ally in things like Skyfires and stuff like that, couldn't you? So that's another one. Can you ally in Beasts of Chaos? I think you probably can. Right, okay, so let us get to what we've got on here. I'm also going to get the War Scroll cards to help me understand what these things are called, because I'm sure, hopefully I recognise them by the name. So, got the War Scroll cards right here. Actually, the kits in here are quite big, I'll be honest, guys. I don't think it was actually going to be quite as big as it is, but no, it's quite cool. Obviously, I know within this box we have got the Legion of Grief, which is going to be a new way to play the Nighthaunt, and I think is going to be the way to play the Nighthaunt. But we've got the Legion of Grief. That's just the box that's in the way there, guys. Move that in a second. So I'll be reading through those rules in this video. I've already read through them a little bit. Sound a bit better than the Nighthaunt do at the moment, if I'm honest, because you basically can take them Legions and Gash army. That's sort of how it works. Not really. So what we've got the Enduring Stormvolt. We have got the Shattered Temple, the Sigma. Pictures on the back. That's going to help. Oh right, okay. So you actually get the War Scroll cards for the scenery pieces in here as well. Okay, that's interesting because you don't get the scenery in this. So that would be interesting to see. I was tempted to get this. There's a lot of scenery pieces. I was tempted to get the scenery pieces. I think that's something that can wait for a later time. When I start doing battle reports, will be good to start doing that, I think. So the first one we're going to look at is the Pennumeral Engine. I've probably pronounced that wrong. But anyway, so we've got that, and just in case you guys don't know which one, that is going to be this one. So if you watch Game of Thrones, basically like the sun at the start of the intro, so like that pendant. So we've got that, and essentially, so what's Bruce involved in that? So we've got this one, so quite a big kit, you know, it's quite nice, quite big. This stuff is designed in the UK, made in China, I believe, so just bear that in mind, but it looks like it's not bad plastic, if I'm honest. It's not like when we got those Age Sigma Scenery kits when it first came out. God, they were horrendous. So, got that. And what does this do? So, going through it. So, if you've got this in your army, it costs you 100 points to put in your army. However, at the start of the first battle round, after determine who has the first turn, roll a dice and consult the table on the right. To determine which function all of that model's terrain features will have on the battlefield, and they will gain this ability for the duration of the battle. So you roll a dice for each. Well, you roll a dice if any of these are on the board to see what it does. On a roll 1 to 3, reroll save rolls of attacks. Reroll save rolls of 1 for attacks that target a unit wholly within 12 inches of one of these models. So pretty good. So basically, I think it's a Mystic Shield within that range. The next one is a Orly Illumination. So at the start of your hero phase, you receive 1 extra command point if any friendly heroes are within 12 inches of any of those models. And then lastly, it says Deteriorating State. So at the start of each battle round after the first roll, I'll read that again. At the start of each battle round after the first, okay, so from the second battle round onwards, roll a dice. On a 1 to 4, and nothing happens. On 5 to 6, the function switches to the other one. So quite straightforward there. That's quite cool. What I've seen a lot of people are saying about this, it's a way for you to get those extra command points you might need for your army. That's very true. It's a way to get it. However, you need it to be, it's a 50% chance of getting it, and also 50% chance of you rerolling those save as 1. And that's a good thing to reroll those save as 1. However, it's probably not why you're taking this thing. And I think maybe it could be best to save the 100 points and put them into just having 2 extra command points if you really want it, because you're guaranteed to have those 2 extra command points there. Whereas here, you still got to put luck into it, and it's things costing you 100 points, isn't it? So, and also the other way, you'll also get a triumph more than likely, unless the enemy is more than 100 points down. So it's nice this, but until I start, I will use it, I'll experiment with it, but until I start doing that, probably think it's worth saving the 100 points if I'm absolutely honest. So we got that. The next one is to do the shards of this one. So we can see here the little pyramids, and that is the shards of Valagar. I'm saying that's how that's pronounced. And just so you know, on the sprues anyway, that is going to be this one here with these little pyramids. They are actually in one piece, so we've got two of them already joined together, so quite straightforward there. And we'll get into the rules. So this is an endless spell, right? So summon shards of Valagar has a casting value of 5. Who successfully set up the first shards of Valagar model wholly within 6 inches of the caster, then set up the second shard of Valagar model wholly within 12 inches of the first. Okay, so you get 2 models in that endless spell, and you set them up as so, a bit like, you know, spell portals, those sorts of things. But what does it actually do? So ensnaring soul drain. So at the start of the movement phase, draw an imaginary straight line 1 millimeter wide between the closest parts of the bases of the 2 shards of Valagar. Models from this. Okay, so from those 2 models from the endless spell. Each unit passed across by this line is ensnared until the end of that turn. Half the move characteristic of a unit that is ensnared. In addition, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by units that are ensnared. Ensnared, I can't even pronounce the word. But anyway, so I'm probably going to use this because one of the things I'll go into more detail this in a other video or later in this video, we'll see how it goes. But my stall locally is now going to be doing a 1500 point tournament for Age of Sigmar. So it's made me have to come up 1500 point list for an army I have not played before. We're going to get to what that army is later as well. But my first opponent is Deakin. If I beat them, my second opponent is Deakin. So basically, I'm designing my list to beat Deakin, and then if I beat both those armies, then I'll deal with whatever I come across. Because to beat Deakin, I have to be able to beat Eels. And when I say Eels, I mean I have to beat Guard, and I absolutely despise those things. I don't like the electric shocks. I don't like them. They've killed me far too many times. So how do I deal with Guard? You guys might fight Guard as well. They're the Eels for Deakin. The way to deal with them is to shut down their movement, and I've been looking at the shackles to do that from the Malign Sorcery spells, but I think this might be a better way to do it, and it's came in just in time because the lists for the tournament have to be in pretty soon, shall we say. So this might have just came in and saved me with that ability to half the enemy movement and take away one of their attack characteristics. So, and then let's see what it says next. So at the start of the battle round, after determined who has the first turn, the players must roll off. The winner can remove 1 shard of a Valagar model from this in a spell from the battlefield and set it up again anywhere on the battlefield wholly within 12 inches of the other shards of a Valagar model from the center spell. So that is very good. You might think, oh, I've set it up and now the enemy's going to have a chance to move it, but that's a lot better, in my opinion, depending on what army you've got. It's better than my army because I like to take priorities quite a bit. And when I take the priority, it means the enemy can move my endless spell. Now, even if I take the priority, it's going to be a 50-50. So I like that. It means I might still be able to control my endless spell and go take the priority. And then it says, empowered by Shaiish. So if your battle is taking place in the realm of death, the first shard of a Valagar model can be set up wholly within 12 inches of the caster instead of 6 inches. And why that is important, because that extends the range of the spell overall by 6 inches, getting it closer to the enemy, because that's the most important thing. So the shards of Valagar, which I'm definitely pronouncing wrong, has got a use, and something that I am probably going to use, unlike the engine, which I will give a go. I'll give it a go, but at the moment, not a massive fan of it. I think you're better saving the points and put them into something else. So the next thing we're going to look at is the Haragast. Pardon me. Okay, so the Haragast is the Nagash head. Personally, I'm not a fan of this model, just because I find it a bit weird, like a floating ghost Nagash head just flying around. There might be law that says it is, but to me, doesn't really have the connection to Nagash. It's just an endless spell that anyone can cast that looks like Nagash. It just seems a bit random for me. But anyway, it's quite good. So let's read into it. So, firstly, it's a predatory spell. And it says summon. So, summon Haragast, casting value of 6. If successfully cast, set up a Haragast model wholly within 12 inches of the caster. So, wholly 12 inches, so you've got a bit of range to it. Hi Pixel, thanks for joining us, mate. Just going through Forbidden Power, which just came out today, and we're just going through the spells you get from it. So, this spell we're looking at is the Haragast, which is the Nagash head, who just joined us. Let's see what it does. So, Prey on Fear. So, subtract 1 from the Bravery characteristic of units while they are within 12 inches of this model. Subtract 2 instead from the Bravery characteristic of this unit. Of units while they are within 6 inches of this model. So if they're, half distance closer to this model, within 6 inches, subtracting 2. That's a big deal. And then it says, if your battle was taking place in the realm of Shyish, this model can move up to 12 inches instead of 9. Okay, so that's nice as well. It's got a lot of movement to it. Of course, completely depends if you're fighting in the realm of Shyish. That's, what's that, 1 in 7? Yeah, there's 7, isn't there? Mortal realms, not including... the realm of chaos. So yes, 1 in 7 chance. However, if that is the case, gets extra movement, isn't it? It's an extra quarter to its movement, or third to its movement. So yeah, subtraction 2 for the bravery of the enemy. It's a fantastic tool if your army is already being designed around for a bravery bomb. If you're really sort of preparing a bravery bomb for your army, because you've got things like the Dreadwood for the Sylvaneth, or you've got Nighthorn, or you're doing something with Legion of Nagash, or you've got Sinesh is a new one you can do it with. If you're going along something along those lines, this is just another tool in your, in your pocket, isn't it, for you to be to pull out and make the enemy even more minus bravery. But just bear in mind, this is going to affect you as well, so you don't want to shoot yourself in your own foot. So it's not bad. Has its uses. I will be looking up to see what these points are as well. Hopefully I'll be able to do that in the video, because I'm not too sure how many points these spells are at the moment. I just know the engine's 100 points for that piece, that model. But yeah, the Haragast, which I'm not a massive fan of the model, but I might have to use that. I might have to go against everything I say with the rule call. Right, okay. Now, the next one we're looking at is going to be the Soul Scream Bridge. What a lovely name for what is quite a big model. So this is the Soul Scream. Yeah, Soul Scream. It's going to call it the Soul Cream, but I don't think that would fit. Soul Cream Bridge. So you get 2 of these. That's one of them. And then the second one are probably identical pieces, but really quite a big kit. I don't want to say it's the biggest endless spell, but it looks like it is. So, what does this do? So, it says a description. So, the Soul Scream Bridge is a single endless spell that consists of 2 models. If it is dispelled, remove both models. Okay, it's quite straightforward, and that would have been the same as well for the Shards of Valigar. So, what does the Soul Scream, I'm just going to call it the bridge. What does the bridge do for magic? So, summon Soul Scream Bridge. As casting a value of 6. If successfully cast, set up the first Soul Scream Bridge model wholly within 6 inches of the caster, and then set up the second Soul Scream Bridge model wholly within 12 inches of the caster. Okay. Oh, sorry, wholly within 12 inches of the first model set up. So, a fair big range. And then its ability, so it says a Deathly Passage. So at the start of your movement phase, friendly units wholly within 6 inches of one Soul Scream Bridge, a model from the endless spell, can travel across the Soul Scream Bridge. If they do so, remove the unit from the battlefield and set it up again wholly within 6 inches of the other Soul Scream Bridge model from the endless spell. More than 9 inches away from enemy units. That unit cannot make a normal move that phase. Love this, fantastic. It gives armies a chance to teleport, all those sorts of things. I know some armies have already got that ability and they might have it better than this one. They have to cast spell, all those sorts of things. However, there's a lot of armies out there that are missing so many tricks at the moment, isn't there? I don't know, Gutbusters. Just trying to think of them now. Gutbusters, Wanderers can teleport. Okay, that's not the best example. But you've got things like that Dispossessed. They've got a way that... Okay. There's a lot of armies out there that got green skins, you know, another one, White Line Rangers, something like that, Skeleton Transportation, which Pixel was just said. Very true, yeah, things like that, yeah, Death as well. Loads, absolutely loads. Slanesh, like Nurgle, Zeech, Khorne, loads of armies out there that can't teleport that well, now have the potential possibility. Of course, it's all going to depend on how many points they are, and I'll say I will get to. Hopefully, that's going to be in the book in here, so I can look at that, because this is the first time I'm reading through these spells, so I'm learning as you. I've heard bits and stuff on the internet, but that's it. So that is quite nice. And then going on to the next abilities of it, because it's got 2 extra abilities on it. So the Nightmarish Construct. So subtract a 1 from broadcasters for enemy units while they're within 6 inches of a Soul Scream bridge model. This ability has no effect on death units, so if you're taking deaths, fantastic, so that works really well. And then yeah, useful for slow army. So yeah, you know, like I'm saying, dispossessed Iron Jaws, you know, that's one, could be very useful. They don't have any way to teleport as far as I'm aware. I'm probably going to point that wrong now, but yeah, so something like that, really useful. Yeah, so I like that. It's also a very nice model, so yeah, big fan of that. Could maybe see that on my army, my tournament army that I'm overtaking. We'll have to have a good think about it, I think. Okay, and then I don't know if I showed you the picture, but it is, in case you're wondering which one of the bridges, it is the massive bone structured bridge. Okay, and then we're going to look at, is it Lucan, the Soul Seeker, I believe it's pronounced. So this is the ferryman, and is a pretty spell again. Fantastic model. I do really like. I like most of the models in this box, I have to say. Really nice. One of the reasons I bought it. So just in case you're joining us, we are going through the spells for the Forbidden Power expansion, which just came out today with all these spells and that. We're just having a bit of a unbox and read through. And at the moment, we're on the Soul Seeker, so the Ferryman. Right, let's get into it. So Loken the Soul Seeker is a single model. Loken the Soul Seeker is a pretty endless spell. It can move up to 12 inches and can fly. Okay, so to summon the Soul Keeper, summons the Soul Keeper. I'm just going to call it Soul Keeper, it's a lot easier. Has casting value of 6. So again, a lot of low casting values for these models, which also shows that there's a lot available for a lot of armies out there, opposed to all the armies that like heavy magically based, like Zeech, Slanesh, all these armies, like, you know, Death, all these armies that can really get plus to their casting. They've made it so casting value is 6s, so it's available for most armies, which I think is nice. I like it. So anyway, so summon it casts value of a 6. It successfully set up the Soul Keeper model wholly within 12 inches of the caster. Okay, and then we go on to its actual ability. So navigate a Deathly Tides. So when this model is set up, the player who sets it up can immediately make a move of it. Okay, so quite straightforward, but okay. So essentially set up wholly within 12 inches of the caster, and then it moves 12 inches, so it can move quite far basically. Right, so empowered by Sheesh. So if your battle was taking place in the realm of death, the model can move up to 18 inches pardon me, so it can move up to 18 inches instead of 12. So it gets an extra third, so that is good. And then going into the soul price, so why would you take this model? This actually is ability for it. So before a player makes a move with this model, that player can pick a friendly unit wholly within 3 inches of this model. Remove that unit and place it to one side. After this model has moved, set up that unit again wholly within 3 inches of this model and more than 9 inches away from enemy units. Once that unit has been set up, one model from that unit is immediately slain because that is the soul price. I like this because it means this cannot be overpowered from what I can think about so far. So you can't take massive hordes because they won't fit in wholly within 3 inches of it. Not really, not like blocks of 40 and stuff. I don't think you can do that. But, so what do you take? Well, you think a transport hero. You can't transport hero because that hero will need to be killed at the end for the soul price because one model from that unit needs to die. So do you take elite models? Now, you can do that. You get to move across the battlefield, and the fantastic thing is you can move after you've got off this ship. You know, you're getting a lot of movement here. But if you're taking an elite unit, one of those models is going to die. And you do not get a save against it unless there's an exemption of when a model is slain, something like that, on a 6-up something, which I don't think there's many of those or something. So you want to take something elite, but not too elite. Things like Grave Guard, fantastic. Slow moving, for generally, they move 4 inches. This is solving that problem. They're moving that extra. Oh, what, one of them died? Okay, no worries, it'll come back later. So, yeah, there are definitely some units out there I think very much tailored to death. Quite a few of these spells are tailored to death, and I like that, surprisingly, because I've got a big death collection, which I'm sure many people watching this do as well. So that is Logan the Soul Keeper, and that is the sprue for it. So a very nice sprue. You can see the ship there and stuff, and the ship looks like the head for it looks like the dragon head you get on the giant kit, which I'm pretty sure is the. No, it doesn't look like that. It looks like the dragon head you have on the shoulder pad for the mega boss. That is the one that reminds me of, and I think it's pretty much exactly the same. For that, we do also have the war scroll cards for the scenery. I will not be going through these. I can go through these in a later video if you would like, but I just feel like they're not going to be in everyone's interest, those things. I think they're fantastic looking scenery pieces, but I don't know how many people actually use the war scroll for scenery pieces, or they just roll train features for them. So, like I say, I can review that if people would like me to. So, what's Pixel said? And then Pixel saying, so spell points is more balanced than blind sorcery. That is glad and encouraging to hear. Yeah, Paul, the models are on each other for hordes. You can't do that, unfortunately, because you can't overlap bases. But I'm sure you probably could get quite a few within it if they're all base-to-base contact. But you can't put the base on top of each other. And this is the artwork you get of it. It's quite nice. I appreciate it's not really bright here, but the reason the camera's here is just so it's basically on my hobby desk where I've got most of the space. But this is the artwork you get on it. So you get that, and you can also turn it around if you really want to have the Stormcast picture right there. So you've got that, and then what do we have here? Well, we have the books and the counters. So we'll go open this up. So have any of you bought the Forbidden Power yet? You think about getting it? You decide you don't want it, or you got it so far? Or is there... Because there's quite a bit of lore that's came out as well, isn't there, for Forbidden Power? Like, it's like the next step, I believe, of the Soul Wars. I don't know how much you guys follow the lore for it. And I've been told that apparently Nagash has got a friend at the bottom of a lake or something. It could be like another death god. It could be something really cool like that. It could be another Mortark. It could be Gary the Hedgehog, who Nagash has like an old drinking power or something. Who knows? But let's have a look at this. So we've got the Forbidden Power expansion book, and we have also got all the tokens and some other stuff. So some tokens here, very nice, quite a few, quite big. So that's nice. Nice that you don't have to buy them separately. And I don't think anyone would buy them separately, but it's nice that you don't have to. So what have we got in this one? So I think this is just the instructions. Yes, I've got instructions there. Yep. Quite simple to build, really, by the looks of things. All these things. Sure, I'm going to regret that later when I have to build the bloody engine. You've got the core rules, seem to get out of everything these days. And then what do you get else in the Forbidden Power? You get a big book. It's quite a big book, this, to be fair. I thought it was going to be a really thin, skinny one, but no, it's actually quite a big book, so that's quite nice. So it also talks about things like mercenaries and stuff like that. So in case you don't know, there are going to be mercenaries now in the game, where you basically take things from fire stairs, fleshly courts, can't be named characters, and there's some other restrictions that can't be from those two armies. And I think that's a really nice addition. However, if you've already got a battle tome for your army, and a new battle tome as well, I'm not really a fan of it, because I don't know, let's say I've got a Stormcast army, and I could put in a zombie dragon in there, or something like that, or maybe not even a zombie dragon, but let's just say a big, crypt horrors as an example. I think I'd be better just spending the money on something else for the Stormcast. So you've got that, and I think there's also more restrictions as well if you take mercenaries. However, I like taking mercenaries if you've got an army that doesn't have a battle tome and is missing a lot of things. It's just going to give you more options, which is really nice for those armies. So I think it is a good thing. I don't think it is pointless. So yeah, so this is the book. You get some nice, photographic artwork, stuff like that there. So nice book, to be fair. Nice feel to it. Painting guys and stuff. You guys have probably already seen unboxings for this, so you probably already know. But let's get to what we've got. So, I'll talk about the Legion of Grief. I'm just going to try and find what's Pixel saying. So, probably we'll get the Forbidden Power with the general time, but yeah, fair enough. And then you get to see if any points change, stuff like that. And then it really feels like a big expansion going into not a new edition, but like in whatever 2 point we're on by then. So, looking at the point costs for all those spells just gone through. So, the Harrogast, so the one with the Nagash's head, that is costing 60 points. So, pretty cheap. Yep, making the enemy -2 bravery, you get it close enough. Soul Keeper is costing 60 points. So, again, cheap for a teleporting spell. The Shards of Valagar are costing 40 points. I'm taking them on my tournament list by now. Yep, I didn't know they were going to be that cheap. That's good. The Soul Scream Bridge, 80 points. Yeah, not bad. Pointly costed either, I don't think. And then the Engine 100. When things like getting 100, it's obviously... It's 2 command points, isn't it? Or there's a lot of heroes that are 100 or something. You've got to start thinking about it a bit more. Like I said, I'll test it and see what I think. So we got that. I think the others, yeah, I think Pixel, mate, I think you're quite right. I think quite fairly balanced in a point cost. I think the Shards might be a bit cheap, but after playing with them, maybe they're not as good as I think. So yeah, we'll have to, a lot of this will be obviously play testing and finding things out. Right. So, any questions before I go into the Legion of Grief? So Daniel's just joined. Hi, mate. So basically, just going through what I've done today. So basically, being store birthday, and when I was there, I bought myself a few goodies. I got myself the Forbidden Power box set because it's a new edition, or not new, it's a new expansion for the game. Why not get it? Get a load of spells in there, get some new rules, all those sort of things. I don't really want to feel like I'm missing out because I feel like this will maybe become a new book you've got to take to every game. Hopefully that's not the case, but after reading through it, I will find out. And there's also a new Legion of Grief, which is a way for you to take your Night Haunt in a Legion. So it doesn't mean you're taking them in Legions in Nagash, but it sort of does. And that's what we're going to go through now. So we're just moving through the spells, mate. You can rewatch this if you like. You can see us talking about those. But let us go through the Legion abilities for the Legion of Grief. So it says this section... so this section describes the Legion abilities available to the Legion of Grief army, allowing you to field a thematic army of miniatures based on this story described in the books on the battlefields of the mortal realms. So Legion of Grief army. So when you are choosing your army, you can decide it is a Legion of Grief army and has the Legion of Grief allegiance instead of another allegiance. If you do so, all units in your army gain the Legion of Grief keyword. A Legion of Grief army can only include units that have one or more of the following keywords: Deadwalkers, Death Lords, Death Mages, Death Rattle, Night Haunt. If it includes any Mortarks, then it must also include Lady Olinda, and she must be your general. So what this is, like I say, a Legion Nagash army. Pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. Obviously, all the legions are different, as you'll find with this one, because you can basically take everything that's not Fleshly Quartz, really. Or Soul Blight, by the lookings of things. And then if you take the Mortark for this army, it has to be the general. That's the same for all the other legions. You know, even Nagash, I know he's not Mortark, but if he's in his army, the Grand Host Nagash, he's got to be the general. You know, Manfred, if he's in the army, he's got to be the general. Same for Arcan and Neferata and so on. So that is that. And something what is really good about this, you have Death Mages in there, and Death Mages spell Manhouse Dance of Macabre means that you can pick a Sombor unit and you can pile an attack twice for that combat phase. Was quite good. Yeah, quite a few things you can do with it. Now, really, really good, because now that probably is about, what, 70% of the Night Haunt stuff is summonable. So yeah, Dreamglass Reapers attacking twice. Just saying, there's things like that out there now. So yeah, you have that option now as well. And I know you could take... Alright, so let's just get the thing out of the way. So you could take Nighthorn in a Legions of the Nagash army anyway. Very easily. And most people who did Nighthorn did that in the Legion Sacrament army. just so they can bring back Legion, units of 30 Grimglass Reapers, stuff like that. However, I thought that's a bit sad because I think the rules for the Nighthorn, also reviewed them a lot as well on the channel, and I like the Nighthorn army. I think it's got quite a few tricks to it, all that sort of stuff, and I just thought it was a bit of a shame that it's a good army, but if you want to take it and feel like you're taking it properly, you got to take it in Legions and Nagash, which just felt a bit of a shame. So it's nice that they're sort of bringing Nighthorn up to the same pace of Legions and Nagash. Okay, so going through the battle traits. So the Unquiet Dead. So after territories have been determined, but before any units have been set up, you can pick up to 2 points in your territory and up to 2 points anywhere on the battlefield to be grave sites. You may wish to place suitable markers on these points, and then it says, then instead of setting up a symbol unit from your army on the battlefield, you can place it to one side and say that it is set up in the grave. You can do this with as many of your symbol units as you wish. At the end of your movement phase, for each friendly death hero within 9 inches of a gravesite, you can pick a friendly unit in the grave and set up wholly within 9 inches of the gravesite and more than 9 inches from any enemy models. Any models that is unable to be set up in this way is slain, like by the end of the game, basically. If a unit is still in the grave at the end of the battlefield, then it's considered to be slain. Okay, so yeah, that's that. Quite straightforward. Basically, what this is grave sites. It is grave sites. That's exactly what it is in your Nighthorn army. So absolutely fantastic. More ways to bring back your models, which is all good, isn't it? Yeah, so that's the thing. So if you're playing Nighthorn and you've always played Nighthorn, you've taken them in Legions of Nagash before, basically how you're working your grave sites, just how described, and it's just going to make your thing a lot better. If you're now going to have to fight a lot of grave sites, how do you beat a grave site? Put one model on top of it, and then the enemy who is deaf and is trying to summon from the grave site, because you've got one model on the middle of it, they can no longer do so, because they can't be more than 9 inches away from you and within 9 inches of the grave site. Right, okay, so then moving into the next thing, so Invigorating Aura. So at the start of your hero phase, pick a friendly symbol unit within 9 inches of the gravesite, and then you can either heal D3 wounds that have been allocated to models, allocated to models in that unit, or if no wounds are currently allocated to any models in that unit, you can return a number of slain models to that unit that have a combined wounds characteristic equal to or less than the roll of a D3. And that's how grave sites work. I'm sure you guys are aware of that, but I just thought I'd read it out for you guys to know. So that's what makes grave sites really good. Of course, you can use them setting up models and stuff, setting up units, but the Invigorating Aura is the main part of them. Okay, and then we've got Deathless Minion. So roll dice each time you allocate a wound or mortal wound to a friendly Legion or Grief unit within 6 inches of your general or another friendly Legion or Grief hero. On 6+, that wound or mortal wound is negated. So that's the death save. It's the best death save out there because it's the Legion one, because nothing has to be wholly within 6 inches. It's just within. So you can just tag so many units. It's so much better than wholly within 12 or something. So yeah, and a big fan of that for sure. And then we've got Aura Grief. So subtract 1 from brave characteristics of enemy units while they are within 6 inches of any friendly Legion or Grief unit. So you're still getting your -1 to enemy bravery. That's still a thing, so that's all good. Don't worry, you're not losing that. And then the command ability, which is Endless Legions. So you can use this command ability. I think I know this is good. At the end of your movement phase, if you do so, pick a grave site, see the Unquiet Dead rule, which I just told you describes grave sites. So pick a grave site that is within 9 inches of your general, and then pick a friendly symbol unit that has been destroyed. Set up that unit wholly within 9 inches of that grave site and more than 9 inches away from the enemy. So basically what everyone's doing by taking Grimglass Reapers in Legion of Sacrament lists, you don't have to do that anymore. Nighthorn can do it all by themselves. So that is great. We're only just going to see more Grimglass Reapers come back after being absolutely destroyed and really angry. So yeah, well, it's nice for the Nighthorn, isn't it? So I'm happy for them that I'm going to be fighting billions of Grimglass Reapers forever. But anyway, command trait. At least they can do it by themselves without having to get Arcane rolled and stuff. So yeah, that's nice. Right, okay, and then looking at the command trait. So Something to talk about, you get the command traits here, artifacts of power, and spell laws. You're only going to get 3 command traits, or 3 artifacts, or 3 spell laws. Well, when I say 3 spell laws, I mean 3 spells within that law. So, not as many you're getting with Nighthorn, but I would say they might be a bit better. Okay, so look at the command traits. So the first one, Amethyst Glow. So this general is a wizard. They can attempt to cast 1 spell in your hero phase and attempt to unbind 1 spell in the enemy hero phase. They know the Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield spells. If this general is already a wizard, they know 1 extra spell from the Law of Sorrows. Now the Law of Sorrows has only got 3 spells in it, so you might not need that, but you might want to make someone a wizard. Right, okay. Now, looking at the next one is a Vassal of the Craving King. So if this general is on the battlefield, each time you spend a command point, roll a dice on a 5+, you receive 1 extra command point. Not bad. It's like the Flesh Eater Court one you get with the Blister Skin Grand Court, but that works on a 4-up. This works on a 5-up. So, not bad. You'd be getting a... What's that? You'd be getting one or 2 in a game extra from this. I don't think it's the best, but you know, it's all right. And then the next one is Tragic Emanations, I think that is. Subtract 2 from the bravery characteristic of enemy units while they are within 12 inches of this general. That's my favourite one. I think that one is the best because you can do a bravery bomb this army and you can do it really, really, really well. So that is the one I'd go for. Then Artifacts of Power, so we've got Grave Sand Gem. So in your hero phase, you can either inflict 1 mortal wound on 1 enemy unit within 6 inches of the bearer, or you can heal 1 wound that's been allocated to the bearer. Basically, a free Arcane Bolt, or you can heal a wound. Not bad. The next one, I'm going to try and pronounce Gothrazir Mortuary Candle, I think that is. Subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made with missile weapons that target the bearer. Cool. So with Lookout So as well, you could start making the enemy -2 to hit you from shooting. I like that. That's nice. It's going to piss off your enemy. And then the last artifact is Soul Drain Pendant. So at the end of the combat phase, roll a dice for each enemy unit within 3 inches of the bearer. On a 4+, that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. Nah, I don't like that. I'd go for the one that heals a wound or the enemy takes a wound. Or subtract 1 from the hit rolls of missile weapons. Really quite a nice one. Okay, and then going on to the spell law. So again, we've only got 3 spells here. So what do we have? So the first one is Dread Withering. So Dread Withering has a casting value of 5. You successfully pick 1 enemy unit within 8 inches of the caster that is visible to them. Subtract 1 from save rolls for attacks that target that unit until the start of your next hero phase. Yeah, I like that. There's not many ways for you to be able to do that. So essentially what you're doing is just putting a extra rend against them, if you like. It sort of works that way, which is, when you think like that, is really, really nice, really, really cool. Okay, now what's the next thing? So we've got Whale of Doom. So Whale of Doom has a casting value of 8, so you need to get a good casting on this. It's not always going to be guaranteed. It successfully casts roll a dice for each enemy unit within 6 inches of the caster. On a 4+, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. When you're really locked into the fight, this is a good one. I like it. Okay, and the next one is Shroud of Terror. Shroud of Terror is casting value of 8. It successfully pick 1 enemy unit within 12 inches of the caster that is visible to them. Subtract D3 from the bravery characteristics of that unit until your next hero phase. That's my favourite because, like I say, I'm looking to build a bravery bomb. Because let's say you tick all the bells and all those sorts of things. Because, guys, if you just joined us, we're reviewing the Allegiance of Grief abilities from the Forbidden Power. I think it's, Forbidden Power. I was almost forgetting the name. It is Forbidden Power, isn't it? Yeah, Forbidden Power expansion that just came out today. We're looking at the Legion of Grief Rules Inside, which is basically a way to enhance your Nighthorn army. Right, so if I was picking this, I'd go Command Trait, Tragic Emanations, subtract 2 from the Bravery Cache of the enemy within 12 inches of your general. I would probably then go for the Grave Sand Gem, just a way to do more wounds to your enemy or use to heal wounds, probably. And again, I'm presuming this is in a tournament, so you don't know what armies you're fighting, so you really have to sort of think overall. And then I did a Shroud of Terror, which is a way for you to make more subtracting bravery to your enemy. Now, with this, It is quite limited, the Legion of Grief. You are giving up a lot of things you were getting with Nighthorn. You're getting your charge on a 10 plus, you get to attack again, where you get to attack in the charge phase, don't you? Which is also really important, attacking the charge phase, not attacking twice the combat phase, because of how many things now attack at the start of the combat phase. Attacking the charge phase was very important. You're giving up that. You're giving up loads of choice of command traits, artifacts, and spells. You're getting basically like half the amount, if not less. I think that's how it works. Let me know if I'm wrong, guys, because I'm looking at this as like, this is what you get instead of anything you get in the Nighthorn and Legion's abilities, command traits, artifacts, spell laws. Let me know if you also can choose from those command traits, artifacts, and spell laws, but I don't think you can. However, your battle traits are just really good in this, being able to bring back solid units, just having the basically Legion of Nagash command, like Legion of Nagash battle traits is really, really, really special. We do have the Legion's abilities for the Leftchen army, but that's Stormcast, and we're not really going to read that because I read the first word and it says Storm, so we won't be reading that. But essentially, that is what you get with this. Is there anything else you get with it? First, I'm looking at this. God, I'm very tired. Just seeing if there are any. So you get battle plans and stuff, which is nice. In case you guys haven't seen that, you get things like that, which is nice. And I think they're sort of based around the story and stuff you get in here, which is nice. I'm looking at things and it says it's mentioning like artifacts and stuff, but I think it's part of the Stormbolt campaign, which basically get campaign material in here as well. If you like to do that, that's you like narrative. I don't mean like demeaning like your narrative. I love doing campaign stuff, but I mean like if you got the time, you got like the people involved and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. And then so yeah, this is for the campaign, and you can see like the last battle plan here. I won't share it just in case I'm not meant to do that because of legal reasons. It's probably a thing, isn't it? Yeah, the last battle plan here is like a 4-way battle plan. It's all measured out and stuff, so that's cool. That'd be nice to see that. Which is cool, because sometimes you have a 4-way game, don't you, and don't really know how you should deploy. So, yeah, I quite like they've done that. Loads of really nice pictures in here as well. I'm going to quickly see if I can see any additional artifacts. I don't think I can. Might be wrong. But lots of fun in here. So, do you need this? But bear in mind, it's just my first look at it. But thinking about, do you need this book? Do you need to buy Forbidden Power? I would say, from what I can see so far, it's a nice expansion. If you've got a Nighthorn army, something like that, and you're wondering what the new rules are, you can probably just get them on Google, not going to lie. But if you're sort of like a bit tempted in Forbidden Power and you sort of got your eye on the spells, I'd say get Forbidden Power. Like I say, if you're after spells, just get it. I mean, like Malign Sorcery, I didn't buy that when it first came out. I bought the spells separately, gradually, and I ended up buying. I spent probably more money than if I just bought all together. So I ended up buying like pretty much most of the spells anyway for it. So Forbidden Power, I quite like that. I've got all the spells. I can see quite a few uses for them. You also get all the points. You get lots of tokens, things like that, and you get a nice campaign now. I'm probably going to play that campaign out when I can arrange time and stuff with the guys in the shop. Would be quite a nice thing to do. And yeah, and then also I say if you just like one, you also have the stuff for order. Yeah, just having a quick look through that. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine, but it's not as cool as Nighthorn, is it? So yeah. So that's that. Lots of lore in here. So very nice indeed. So right. So that is Forbidden Power. If you just joined us, we've been going over Forbidden Power and all those sorts of things. Been talking about like what you get, all that. Been quite good. Some nice stuff. You also get War Scroll cards in there. That's quite nice as well. You get it for the scenery pieces, which is quite interesting. Which made you think like, if you buy scenery pieces by themselves, do you get the War Scrolls from that, or do you have to buy this? Which, if you have to buy this, be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? So, what is the next thing we are going to talk about? Next things we're going to talk about is the tournament I've got coming up at the store. And I decided to do a new army with this. And the new army I will be doing is probably different to the last army I told you guys I'll be doing, because I change my army on a daily basis. I have to. By law, it's legal. It would be illegal if I didn't do it. That's what I tell myself. So the army all we're doing is going to be the Hedonites of Slanesh. So, I decided to do this army purely because I was building up a Mortals Slanesh army before the new book came out. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to see all the new stuff I can do for the Mortals. And that was like the first Chaos book where they just got the Mortals and just basically went like, boom, just knock them out of the way. We're not really doing those. It was a little bit sad, and then I was like, maybe I could buy some demons and get them to work synergies with the mortals, those sorts of things. However, it sort of turned out like you sort of just go full demons and hedonites, or you don't. So I ended up getting some more hedonite demons and stuff. So I thought, you know, I would start small. So I've got Hellbane here. So got Hellbane. And then I thought she looked a bit lonely, so we ended up getting the other one, which I haven't got a name for it yet. So we've got 2 Keeper Secrets so far. So that's it. We've got Slanesh going on. Yeah, that did happen. So I, as the kind man known as Doug from 2 Plus Tough once said, fantastic channel. You guys haven't checked it out. Really good work he does. He said recently in a video that he has a problem by buying too many armies, too many models. And he does not intend to fix the problem. And I am very much in the same boat as that as well. I do not intend to fix my problem of buying far too many models. I really just, yes, I intend to encourage it. So we've got these 2 Greater Demons. We've got 2 box sets of the Slanesh half box sets of the Wrath and Rapture. So we've got that. We have got a bunch of Slaves to Darkness, Slanesh stuff I'm going to squeeze in there. Got Chaos Warrior stuff going on, those sorts of things. Because I did some conversion stuff, it would be nice. But got all that. What else do I have? Oh, I've got a Contorted Epitome, which is the one on the mirror. You know, the 2 like Demonet Wizards on the mirror. Got that. Is that it? I got, yeah, because from Wrath and Rapture you get, from the 2 sets I've got, that gives me 20 Demonets, 6 Fiends, 2 Infernal Enraptures, I think they're called. Which are the ladies with the harp. Already modified one of them to have so the guy with the heartstrings coming out of his back as a Stormcast. Had to be done. So we've got that going on. And then today I ended up buying some more from someone else from my store who also shares the same problem with me of far too many armies. And I thought I would relieve him of his burden. So I ended up buying his Slanesh. So that gives me another Slanesh half of Wrath and Rapture. That's also going to give me a start collecting box. That's also going to give me the like Slanesh Demon Prince, I think it is, with the girl with the whip on top of the big skinhead with all the tattoos. He looks awesome. That's a really lovely model. I absolutely love that model. Got that. And then another Keeper of Secrets. So I'm going to end up having 3 Keeper of Secrets, 3 Slanesh halves of the Wrath and Rapture, so that gives me 30 Demonettes, 9 Fiends, and then 15 Seekers. And then a start collecting box, which gives me many chariot options from that one big chariot. Another 5 Seekers and 10 Demonettes, so that'll give me in total 40 Demonettes. Yeah, give me 40 Demonettes, 20 Seekers, 9 Fiends, 3 Infernal Enraptures, whatever it's pronounced, some chariot options, the new named Demon Prince for Slanesh, like I said, the one with the big axe, and the lovely Demonet on top. And then I'm literally just staring into oblivion when I'm telling you guys this, because I realize how much work I've got on my hands now. It gives me that, the Contorted Epitome, so the 2 lovely girls in the mirror, 2 Keeper of Secrets, the named character Keeper of Secrets, just thinking anything else I'm ashamed of. Oh, and obviously the Fane of Slanesh, that happened. I know some people don't like the face on it, but that means that gives me line of blocking site terrain, so I do like that. And then I also bought the spells for the Hedonites of Slanesh. So if you guys have just joined, basically I'm just describing So I've already gone through Forbidden Power, bought that today, gone through all the spells and stuff for that. That was quite cool. And then talking about the next army I'm doing for the channel, and there's also the army I've got for a 15 point tournament, be interesting, but a 1500 point tournament I've got going on in my local store that we start soon. And decided, you know what, I could go with Fleshy Courts because I know that army really well, doing really well at the moment. Fantastic, quite an easy army to play at the moment. But no, I do an army that's going to take a lot of skill to master, and I haven't played before. So I've done that, and that is with my Slaanesh Hedonites. So the squad I've already got. So like I said, I've got 40 Demons, 20 Fiends. 20 Fiends. 40 Demons, 20 Seekers, 9 Fiends, 2 Infernal Raptors, 1 Contorted Epitome, the named Demon Prince, 3 Keepers of Secrets, the spells, scenery piece, and basically a bunch of Slays of Darkness stuff. So this will almost become the Age of Slaanesh. It's not going to be that, don't worry, it says Age of Nagash here, and that is my symbol for my Death Army that I will maybe one day get tattooed on me. We will see. It is not a Nazi symbol, we'll just get that very straight, boshed out of the water. And yeah, so I have got quite a lot of work on my hands. I've now got to the point where I have... It used to be like 1,000 points, £1,000 worth of models, like unbuilt / unpainted, and now it's somewhere in between £1,000 and £2,000. We're speaking very quietly because I speak quietly enough. It means it's not real, but the fretted wheel, real even. So I just reading through some of the things. So could use the bridge for Skinks. Yeah, or Pixel saying could use the bridge from the Forbidden Power for Skinks and Carnage. Yeah, you could do, mate. Yeah, that'd be a bit funny to see coming over the horizon, wouldn't it? Or just teleport in front of you on a bridge, going, why is that bridge only cutting off? Oh, what's that coming over it? Okay, and then yay, Slaanesh. Your dad's done Slaanesh for a while. Yeah, fair play. I bet is he quite a competitive player? If he has, I bet he's sort of mastered it a little bit, hasn't he? Well, I say that, I hope so. In the mirror, you can do so many cool things. Yeah, you really can. And wonder what Slaanesh Mortals would be like. I really wanted a Slaanesh Mortal release rather than Demons. If I had to pick which one I thought was going to happen, it would have been Demons. But I thought there would still be some Slaanesh things in there. But there's not. I don't know if that's because there's a boob snake and they wanted to get that out of the way. Because it's not child friendly. However, look at this Keeper of Secrets. You know, it's half male and half female. So you've got, first I'm doing buddy biology now. So you've got the male half down there and the female half down there. So that's all fine. You know, you can see on the chest, you see the difference there. If I do that, you can probably see. Pardon me. So what is it like under that robe? I don't want to think about it, but I'm just, yep, that's a thing. But so I don't know why they got rid of the boob worm. I hope they were just going to make that plastic. I think that would have been awesome, but that is not the case. So, all right, so that is the models I've got for Slaanesh. You might be wondering why I've got so many models. That's 1500 point army I was going for. Number one, like I say, I have a problem and I don't intend to fix it. Secondly, Slaanesh, similar to, I suppose you say, Fleshy Courts, and a lot of summoning armies out there, you need to have a summoning pool box, don't you? Which is like, means that you need to have your army deploy and then you need to have another army, which doesn't really make it cheap at all. So yeah, so that's why I've got so many. If I was looking at purely Slaanesh in a really competitive manner, it's all about Demonettes. Demonettes are amazing now. How you look at them, basically they can, there's a way for them to, every time they roll, hit rolls are 6s. If you've got a unit, basically you've got a unit of 20 more Demonettes. If they re-roll, got a unit of 20 more Demonettes, if they get 6 to hit, they generate 2 extra wound rolls. So that goes from 1 attack to 3 attacks essentially. And then you roll into wound. And then you've taken a battalion. They do mortal wounds on 6 pluses to wound, not 6 plus, just a flat 6 to wound, which is huge. Makes Demonettes really, really good. Battle line. However, I did not want to build and paint 120 Demonettes or 90 Demonettes, not at least until the contrast paints come out, which I've already talked about contrast paints, and they look absolutely fantastic and they work well. I've spoken to people who were at Warhammer Fest and they've used them. They said they work beautifully, so nice to hear that, and the people I trust, so it's good to hear that. They're quite cynical, so they would tell me if they were shite. So it's good to hear they're not. So basically, got that. going, that's how I'm going to paint all my demonettes. I'm probably going to paint these, the Keeper Secrets, probably going to paint them quite well. Well, I say that, I mean, I'm going to paint them how I would class like nicely painted. They're not just going to be a quick job. They will look, because these models, they're not really the biggest, if I'm honest. I mean, the Fane of Sinesh is huge. That sort of puts these things completely out of proportion. If we take that aside, these are not the biggest Keeper or... Well, they are Keeper Secrets and they are the biggest, but they are not the biggest greater demons out there. If you compare the a Grey Unclean one, obviously that's massive. It's sort of block. But a Bloodthirst, they're probably still bigger. Lord of Change is going to be bigger. The Wingspan stuff. However, these, I would say, are the most nicely detailed. Now, you can say Nurgle was nicely detailed. It is. All those sorts of things. Oh, they all were. But this is like just... We take Shalaxi Hellbane, I believe her name is. We take her and, like, if I do it a bit closer, probably does not turn out well. But essentially what I mean, there's so much detail in this model. And then you can see all these things dangling down. Very, very, very fragile, but such a nicely detailed kit, and I don't really want to rush it. So yeah, that's fine. And it's like, if we look at the other Keeper Secrets, just how nice is that cloak? You know, like, and it's all, you know, like sort of like tied to the wrists of her hands. How nice is that? Really, really happy that. The only thing not so happy about is the base size is really, really, really small. So, but okay, it doesn't look that small from here, but it looks a bit smaller there, doesn't it? So for basing wise, I'm sure some people are going to be really creative, but I was a bit struggling with it really, and I wanted to get these built relatively quickly, show you guys. So basing wise, I couldn't be too creative. It's basically just broken ruins and all that sort of thing, you know, to make it look like Greek, because that's the theme of the army. And then yeah, so Pixel was saying about contrast paint and saying that they are horde friendly. Yes, so what that does mean is that horde friendly. So expect us to be fighting a lot more horde armies now. Games Workshop's going that way again. They did that in Jones Handbook 2017, I want to call it, when they made things a lot easier. Basic objectives were a lot easier to capture with hordes, because they wanted you to buy some more hordes, and they're doing that again with the contrast paints. Not a bad thing at all. It means that if you ever wanted to do a horde army, but I just don't want to build a paint on the models, should now be a lot easier to at least paint them, which is nice. Or if you're like me and you've got 1,000 to 2,000, probably close to 2,000 models unbuilt or unpainted, then at least you can actually get them on the table, at least get some paint on them, which is going to be really, really nice. So yes, I am very happy with that, and that would be cool to see. But just expect to see some hordes coming up over until probably from about a couple of months from now. You probably start seeing some more hordes. And then so Hoff is saying so contrast paints will reduce your backlogs substantially. Like I just said, they should do, but I'm still going to pick up a brush and I'm still going to paint the models. So hopefully, as long as they work as beautifully as I've been told, they will. However, a lot of the models I've got to paint, which add up to the cost of how many models I've got, like just lying around, they're not really battle line. So apart from my Skaven, which I got unbelievable amounts of clan rats and stuff, they are going to be really useful for that. I do look forward to painting Skaven with them, and the Demonet, and quite a bit of the Sinesh maybe. The big models I've got, I don't really want to paint with contrast paints. Maybe I will. Maybe small heroes and stuff like that. But I just feel like the bigger models sort of deserve a bit better, don't they? But maybe you can do justice with them with the contrast paints. But yes, guys, so that is the Sinesh. Unfortunately, though, I did not get the limited edition Sinesh Battletome. I really sort of wish I did, because how far I've gone on Sinesh, it's just a standard one. These are so good. I mean, like I say, I don't really want to go hundreds upon hundreds. Well, big exaggeration. I don't really want to go 90 Demonets plus with them, because I don't enjoy moving that many models across the board. Done it before, don't enjoy it. So I'm going to be going the more Keeper Secret route, and Demonets are probably better than that, more competitive, but I'm going to much prefer playing with these things. Rolling the dice on a 2-up when you're in combat, making the enemy basically what you're attacking, essentially going last, so you won't get too hurt before you get to stab in the face with a claw, would be nice. And then if we're comparing these two, so the named character one and the not named character one, which one is better? This one is 20 points more, and it's definitely better for 20 points more. However, I read the backstory and the lore for Shalaxi Hellbane, I believe her name is, and she sole purpose is to hunt down bloodthirsters, and her arch enemy is Skybrand, and she has had 2 conflicts with Skybrand that have lasted so long and been like stalemates and stuff. And after reading that, it's like, oh, she hunts bloodthirsters, does she? Well, she's been built, and she is definitely going to be my second keeper secrets, because she is fantastic in the lore. I love it, and she is beautiful, of course, like all Slaanesh beings are. Pixels is saying, I want to do Nurgle, but don't feel like good enough to paint them. Mate, Nurgle, you can paint up really easily if you want to. Literally. Sorry, that's a loud bike or something that went past. Yeah, Nurgle, how I would do them, I'll paint a little bit of them. I would spray white, maybe wait for the contrast paint to come out, because it's going to be a better way to do it. But if you wanted to do it right now, spray it white, use washes, and then dry brush. You can do that really simple, have a really nice fun with Blood for the Blood God and Nurgle Rot paint, I believe it's called. Don't be intimidated by them, mate. Really, really easy. Don't worry about it. Unless you want to paint to a really good standard, then yeah, which you can do with Nurgle, obviously. It's going to take a bit more time. But for an easy paint job, mate, honestly, you can do it. Don't worry about that. So, actually, yeah, and then, yeah, Hoth is just backing up I'm backing up what he's saying. I'm supposed to put the thing on first. But yeah, essentially, yeah, shades, mate. Spray it white, put on shades, but maybe wait for contrast to come out, which is coming out in June, but we don't know when. Okay, guys, so that is, I'm going to wrap up soon, because my phone's reminding me that I've only got 5% battery left, and I don't want it to die like I think it already has done a couple times on these live videos, where it dies and then I just like cut out and don't really know what's happened. So essentially what I've talked about in this video, in case you want to rewatch anything like that, I talked about the Forbidden Power box set I bought today. Open it up, see what we got. I talked through the spells and the senior piece you get in it, the you know, the thing that looks like the sun from the intro from Game of Thrones. And I talked about the Legion of Grief. I've also talked about the new army I'm doing, so Hedon Slaanesh will be very good. The tournament coming up, you might run a few lists by you guys and stuff, see what you think about them. That stuff, I'll be flying Deepkin for my first 2 games, presuming if I win my first one, because it's a knockout tournament. So basically, probably just designing to beat Moza Guardian. I think that's the main challenge. A big challenge that, but that is the main challenge. So done that. Also, the other thing, announced quite nice for the channel. I managed to get some cards for the channel. So we've got some move these lovely Slaanesh models out of the way. I managed to get some artwork cards for the channel. I already went through this at the start of the video, and essentially managed to get these. And I've got about 13 copies of these, something like that. So we've got Soul War cards, and then we've got some Storm cards, a couple of cards there, a Mortis Engine. Things like that, and then there's it. So a nice variety of Age Sigma cards here. Nice artwork. They've got like sort of engravings on them as well, of like different realms, which is very nice. Sort of 3D effect, if you like. Managed to get a few copies of these, and I'll be doing some giveaways of them. So I think I've got something like 12, 13 copies, something like that. And I'll be doing some giveaways for some subscribers, and we'll be talking about that in a later video. Just a nice, fun thing to do, really. I thought it'd be quite nice to arrange. So we got that. And then yeah, keep the Discord server updated with Slaanesh. I will do, mate. I think that'd be quite a nice thing. Would you guys be interested, if any of you are watching right now, would you guys be interested in me setting up a Instagram account or something like that? I haven't done Instagram before, but a way for me to sort of put models on it, sort of make albums and stuff, do painting tutorials, something like that is something I could do if you guys like that, or I could just do Discord. Yeah, so if you let me know in comments and all that sort of thing, that would be great to find. Because like I said, I've never been on Instagram, but I know it's very big at the moment, isn't it? I'm still basically a Facebook dinosaur, I think it's pronounced something at the moment. But anyway, haven't got too much battery yet, so yes, okay, I'll look into Instagram. I'll see what I can do with that. And I will eventually finish the Gloomspite kit videos. I know that's gone on for ages now. I think like literally I want to say about 9 weeks, something, the Gloomspites. However, the Gloomspites, they've gone off because they have too many units. Okay, I'm just going to say it, they have too many units, and I can't talk about something really quickly. I like diving deeply into it. So that's reviewing War Scrolls, and we'll just leave it there, and we'll make no adaptations to the words I've just said. But anyway, so I like reviewing those War Scrolls and going quite depth, so I can't just do them quickly, but I've realised that if I can only do sort of 1 video a week, I can't spend that long doing a single army, just because I think people just get jaded to it. They get a bit bored, maybe. You don't even do the army, like, fucking great. This guy's making content I don't like for like the next like fucking 10 weeks. Who's enjoying that? Yeah, so I don't want to do that. So let's say the next army I do is Sinesh. Not saying it's going to be Sinesh, but it might be, because I am sort of, that's Sinesh is in my head at the moment. Disgusting images, but it's in my head at the moment. And they've got a lot of units and stuff. But I will be finding a way to condense it. Like with the Gloom Spikes, I did loads. I'm still doing loads of different smaller videos for them. I might just do all the Moon Clan in one video, and then everything gradually just gets like trimming the fat really, and just sort of making like maybe an hour to 2 hour videos on like Moon Clan, for an example, rather than doing like loads of like 20 of half an hour sort of long videos. I think might be better. I think, do you guys prefer longer videos? Let me know that as well, because for me, I don't know if you guys prefer like 20-minute long videos or longer ones. So keep it PG. It is PG. All those horrible images are in my head, and if you guys just joined out what horrible images talking about, it's got something to do with Slanesh. So yes, don't worry, it's going to keep PG. What else am I going to say? So yes, guys, so let me know if you prefer longer or shorter videos. I will find a way to get around this, don't worry. And like I said, my phone will be dying any minute about now. And then Pixel, were you saying yes to me finishing the Gloom Spike, or yes to me doing Instagram? Let me know that before we go as well, so I get some idea. So that's the plan. Have you guys got any questions at all? Anything like that? Anything that you want to ask me or something? Pixel saying lots of shorter videos. Is that including ads? Were you saying, Pixel? Well, what videos exclude? What? I'm being an idiot. What does IDC mean? Does that mean I don't include ads? I don't know. Some people have asked me to put some ads in the videos lately. You're the subscribers, you guys, so that's going to be completely up to you. But it is a good way to get income into the channel, so it's something I'm thinking about. And then you're saying yes to including ads. I might have to end up doing that, guys. I know I said I don't like putting ads in the video, and I don't. But I might do just to help get money. The people who donate to the channel do an absolutely fantastic job. Can't fault. Amazing. The money's stacking up quite nicely now, so I can do a better camera than this, because everything's really dark here, isn't it? I mean, like, look how dark that is. You want something a bit brighter, don't you, essentially? So that's something I'm going to look at. But I see. Oh, it means I don't care. Okay, thank you for describing what abbreviations are to me, because I don't have a clue. So yes, guys, so that is it. That's what this video has been. Been a bit of catch up. Been going on for quite a while now, so it'd be nice. Quite a few people coming in the chat, so nice for you guys to get involved, all that sort of thing. I'll look into Instagram. I will look into putting ads into video, but not too many. But I look at doing it. Keeping it short. Do you prefer the shorter videos because they're more manageable to watch? Is that what you like? So you like short videos? Are they just easier to watch when you've got like you're doing a bit of hobby for like 15 minutes, but easier to stick on, rather than like watch an hour video and you only get to watch 10 minutes and go, oh god, what did I get to? I don't know, I try and skip it too. I imagine that's the reason, because when I watch videos, it can be a bit like that. Like I watched a Hedonite Slanesh video from Warhammer Weekly with Vince and Tom, I believe their names are. Fantastic people. Fantastic video, and it went on for 6 hours. I haven't got complaining because I really wanted to know an in-depth review of them for the Slanesh, but like I couldn't watch it in one go, obviously, so I had to keep on finding where I was. And then what's Julia saying? So I think that we don't care about long or short videos if you can have regular uploads. Yeah, I agree, mate. I know it's been a bit. I've been trying to do one video a week, but it hasn't worked at all. So we're going to see what happens there. I'm going to try and do more regular videos. Keep that up. Well, I say keep that up, I mean start doing that again. Would be nice. Would you? I know some people don't like these hobby and chat videos because they rather the videos not be live and they rather than just be a bit more professional than what this is. But these videos are very much. Let me do some proper English. These videos are much easier for me to make than the more professional videos do on the computer. I'll still be doing those videos, but I can guarantee I will do at least one of these videos a week. If that's something you guys would like, at least one of these videos a week for just regular uploads, let me know now, and that's something I can do. So I think that we don't care. Yeah. Easier to watch short but more. Yeah, so that's yeah, I will be making them shorter. If you guys would like these sort of videos, whether hobby in life or you like it, I don't know. Let me know, because this is something I could do once a week with ease, because I could also do some of my own hobby while doing this, so it'll be easier, or it means I don't have to do loads of editing on the computer. So let me know that as well. I'm just conscious when the phone's gonna die. That's the only thing. Just trying to check how much battery I've got left. Okay, I've got 3% battery left. Okay, so have you guys got any questions before I end it here? Give you guys a few seconds and stuff if you've got any questions. If not, just in case you guys don't know, I've got like Discord and all that sort of thing. I'll be putting in the description of this video, so you can go on there and catch up with hobby and all those things. Do these questions on Discord before phone dies. Have you guys been putting things on Discord? Let me just go and find it. I'm gonna have to do it on my phone now, so you might see my finger and stuff going around crazy. But we will see. Apologies if this is going to do anything wrong, but I just need to get to the Discord. So, yeah, I think it's paused now. I think it's not working. Okay, is it working now? Right, okay, so yeah, like I say, if you've got any other questions, put them on the Discord, something like that. Put them on the comment, all that sort of thing. I'll say, guys, if you do like this video, thank you very much for watching this. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. If you didn't get a chance to watch or you just joined us, feel free to go through Forbidden Power, talk about the army I've decided to do, and talk about a free giveaway I'm going to be doing at some point soon. That will be cool. And yes, guys, so thank you very much for watching this. If you do want to support the channel a bit further, of course, you can go to Patreon, support me there. It's fantastic if you guys can do it. If you can't do it, that's absolutely fine. And I hope you enjoy the video, guys, like I've already said. So have a good hobby night, or I'm doing a bit of hobby for the rest of the weekend. Have a great time, and remember, until next time, Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.